Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back to the show. We're so excited to have Kristen Keller here joining us, and really excited to find out more about this Papa Top that she's talking about. us.aplgo.com is the website. And yes, your world is brighter than you may think. And we're going to talk today, obviously, about all the ways that she can help you. Again, she's the owner of Papa Drop with Kristen, and it's also papadropwithkristen.com. I apologize. When I went to the link, it came to that website. Is that right?
Yeah. But it's
Oh,
easier to remember, I think, with papadropwithkristen.com.
oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, welcome to the show. Would
Thank
you
you.
mind introducing yourself to our listeners and viewers today?
Sure. Well, you've already covered. My name is Kristen Keller, and I'm with Papa Drop with Kristen, which is an affiliate of APL Go. And let's see, I'm married. This year will be 21 years. I have two teenage boys, 18-year-old and 16-year-old. And I have a dog, bird, lizard, and turtle. So we have a full house. And yeah, and I'm from Boulder, Colorado,
I
is
was
where
going to
we are
say,
right
where
now.
are you from?
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Yeah.
talk about the work that you're doing here. This is exciting. You said now, wait a second, you were in Europe for all those years?
Oh,
Or
no,
you
no,
just the
no.
work that they're doing? Tell us a little bit about the work that you do.
Okay. Sure. So APL Go actually started, they came up with this technology over 11 years ago.
Okay.
And so they've been using it over there over 11 years. So we're just 11 years behind with it coming to the US. But it's really exciting. It is rapid plant DNA drops. And I know.
I want
So
to
if
hear it.
you,
What is it? What
I
is
know,
it? I'm
I
so
know, I
excited.
know, I know, I know. So if you picture, it's more like a lozenge that tastes like candy. So you suck on it like a hard candy.
Okay.
And what's
Easy.
really
Could do that.
cool, and I'm not the scientist, so I don't know the exact process behind it, but somehow they got the DNA of the plants, this is the only product to
Wow.
really use the DNA.
Okay.
Uh, and negative ions, which I don't know if you're familiar with negative ions, but that's like all the wonderful, like when you're out by the beach or in the mountains
That's
or a waterfall, you get that good energy feeling. That's negative ions. And so plants get charged with negative ions from lightning. And what they do is they reenact that lightning charge to the plant DNA and they wrap it all up in this yummy candy-like tasting supplement.
Wow.
And it's only 1 gram of sugar, which is beetroot and molasses. So it's even healthy sugar. And you suck on the candy and it goes 100% absorbs through your mucous membrane into your bloodstream. And then what's so cool about it is that our DNA is actually a perfect match with plant DNA. So as it's going through our blood, we are pulling our DNA, like we're pulling what we as an individual need from the plant DNA, from all the botanicals that are in that drop to really give our cells that direct to cell nutrition so we can restore our cells and just help heal them, regenerate them.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's really the only thing out there like that. And it's not a horse pill, it's not a powder, it's not a gross shake. So like kids love it too.
I was
So
gonna
it's
just
been great.
ask who is it for? Who could adults and kids? This is the great. I have a 6 and 8-year-old. Tell
Yes.
me. Okay, so this is okay. This is amazing. So it's really fulfilling to help people, obviously, with all different
Right.
ages with their health. And
Right.
could you get into more of the health benefits of what it offers? This is awesome, and I gotta try them
Sure.
for my kids.
Sure. Oh, and I also should say, I didn't say this, that, just so everybody knows, I'm not making any medical claims.
Of
Anything I
course,
talk about
of
is my
course.
own experience and other people's experiences that they've told me. So, but yeah,
It's
I mean, like, let's see. For example, and I used to tell people just as long as it's
just
not a choking hazard,
yeah. Okay.
that the kids could have them. But then I had someone who had an 18-month-old grandson
Oh my
and
gosh, that's so little.
and he was having trouble going to the bathroom. Like he was having stomach trouble.
Constipated.
So yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I said, you know what? Let's try MLS. That's our gut health drop. And I
Okay.
bought her to go with it, the little net feeding thing that like you can feed kids at that age fruit. Like you could put solid fruit in it and they'll suck on it.
Oh my
So she did
gosh.
the same thing with the drop. and it helped him.
Oh yeah, my kids don't eat fruit and vegetables at all. So talk about not
Well,
getting enough health, let
well,
alone they
there
don't want
you
to take vitamins.
go.
They don't want to take
Well,
vitamins because they don't like the taste.
right. So I will tell you, my kids' favorite tasting one is actually our immunity drop, which is amazing for everyone. It's
Okay.
called GRW. It's been voted #1 immunity supplement, out of hundreds of products. And it's a grape flavor, and
Okay.
they just love the flavor of that. And then, yeah, I mean, it's just, my son has benefited a lot from our relax drop. We have 17 drops
Okay.
basically for 17 different organ systems and issues that you may want to improve about your health. So my first thing when I talk to people is, well, what are the top 2 to 3 things you want to improve? And then I make recommendations,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously I don't want anybody to break the bank, and I want to start with what makes the most sense for them, and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so let's see. So there was, for me, probably the most life-saving drop, and I believe every woman should be on this, is our women hormone drop.
Okay. Tell me about that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
45. Yeah, go ahead. I might need some
I
of
am
that.
also 45. So I
Ah.
started so I started taking this, I guess a couple of years ago. It was one of the first ones I started taking. And it used to be at that time of the month, I would get horrible, horrible cramps, like
Mm-hmm.
down my legs, in this. I couldn't get out of bed. It was so
Wow.
painful. And I had told my doctor, and she had said to me, well, some of us are just lucky that way. And that was not the answer I was looking for. So I was pleasantly surprised when I tried this drop. And it took, 30 days until my next cycle, but no pain. I had no pain, to the point I took a pregnancy test because I was
You
like
were just
worried.
like worried. Got
Yeah,
it. I feel you.
so I was like, oh no, and I took a couple and they were
Wow.
negative, and I just couldn't believe it. So now I am never in bed at all during the month. It's been amazing.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
So could we talk about some of the different ones? I'm on the website
Oh,
again,
sure.
and there's so many. Then there's a beauty natural series.
Yeah.
What's that? We got to get to that in a second, but
Okay. Yeah.
let's go back to the whole health nutrition one. So
Mhm.
again, there's different forms, different. How do you know what's fit for you? What's the initial process? There's like a questionnaire we need to fill out, or does it go by age?
No, that doesn't go by age. There is a questionnaire I can send to people. It's just like, it takes about 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And it just asks, well, what are your top concerns? Are you open to a natural solution? When do you want to, but it's really, even without the questionnaire, it all starts usually with me asking, what do you want to improve?
Okay.
And I've become familiar enough with the drops at this point to really, I believe, make good recommendations on what to
Mm-hmm.
try, and, how long to give them to work before you give up.
Mm-hmm. And let me ask, so for kids, for adults, there are different ones. And what are they? It's the same one.
Same one.
And what does it taste like?
So every drop has a different flavor. So the women's hormone one I just talked about is
Yeah.
apricot. We have
Okay.
a men's hormone, which is lemon. We have a relax one for sleep and anxiety, which is banana. Alt, which is for, allergies, or I use it as a pre-workout because it opens up your lungs. That is like a berry. I'm trying to remember. We have an energy one called GTS. That's pineapple. I don't know if you want me to go through all of them, but they're all really yummy, different flavors.
What about for those looking to boost their immunity? I mean, when COVID hit, let's be honest, everyone's
Mhm.
worried about building immunity, better nutrition, better health. What would you say to that?
So
Is there
to
anything
that
we can
one,
help? Yes. And I apologize. I'm
yeah.
coughing so much.
Oh, no, no.
Take a sip
I
of
know. I
water.
feel like I wish I could give you some through the
I need a
screen.
lozenge. Yes.
But
Thank you.
no, that one would be that grow one I was talking about earlier that my kids like so much. It's grape flavored, and it definitely has become very popular, especially since COVID and then flu season and kids going back to school full time. Uh, what I've noticed with it is that I used to be a person who got sick all the time. And when I got sick, it didn't just go away. I was never one of those people that it just ran its course and went away. I always had to go to the doctor, always ended up with
Yeah.
antibiotics or something. So now not only am I sick fewer and further between, but when I get sick, I haven't had to go to the doctor in like a couple of years now, which has been amazing.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
impressive. And
Yeah.
once a day. Now, let me also ask you, there's also a beauty line involved. What is that about?
So that is our European luxury skincare line. And it came about when Olga, who is the APL Go's founder's wife,
Okay.
she was pregnant and realized there was no skincare out there that she felt safe putting on herself while she was pregnant, because the more she researched, she saw what was in things. So she worked with the research team to develop this skincare line, and it really is nutrition for your skin. I mean, your skin is the biggest organ you have. So it's pretty important to take care of. And again, you have that DNA, the same plant DNA and negative ion technology that we have with our drops in this skincare,
Wow.
along with just all natural ingredients. There's nothing bad in there, no artificial fragrances. And with the plant DNA technology, because it's reacting to your personal
Yeah.
DNA,
Hmm.
it works with all skin types. So whether you're oily, dry, combination, super sensitive, it works with everybody,
Now,
which
I
yeah.
read that when you were younger, you want to be a veterinarian. You
Yes, I
also got
did.
into biology. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you here, and how did you find out about this and get to come to this career path?
Sure. So yes, I started out from a young age wanting to be a vet when I grew up. And so I went to Virginia Tech for their pre-vet program. Went in freshman year, it really opened my eyes. Like I will never forget going to orientation with my mom, and I was a Jersey girl, and I was
Oh,
in
really?
Virginia. Yeah,
Okay,
and
cool. I'm
and
from New
I was
York.
yeah, yeah, and I was in New Jersey or in Virginia at Virginia Tech in their pre-vet program, animal science, and they put up on the slideshow this picture, and they said, "What's this?" And my mom and I yelled out, "A cow!" And everyone around me said a black Angus. And I was like, oh God, what did I do to myself? so,
Okay.
uh, so it kind of opened my eyes working with farm animals for that first year, and realized I didn't really want to do that. But so then I switched majors to biology because I still wanted to continue with science, and wanted to go pre-med, wanted to be a pediatrician. So I did biology for a year, and then I got thinking, I don't want to do all of that school. Like what I don't want to do all the school after.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So then just I had someone recommend to me something about public relations, and so I looked into that like over that summer, and I was like, yeah, I could see myself doing that. So I ended up with a major in communications, minor in biology, and that's what I graduated with. And yeah, I did high tech public relations for over 20 years. Uh, and then I was introduced to this really by a friend. And the rest is kind of history. I mean, at first I was like, I don't know, it sounds like too good to be true.
Hmm.
But I was intrigued by the science
Yeah.
and the delivery system. And so I did try it. And it was really the results that I experienced and that I saw my son experience that
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I need to really have this be a part of my life and my family's life. And I want to help others who want to improve their
Yep.
health, with this as well.
Yep. And that's part of one of your challenges I was reading, right? About the time,
Mhm.
to find the balance in a sense, right? When the kids are
Right,
younger,
right.
work-life balance is a hard thing to
Work-life
do.
balance. Yeah, the elusive work-life balance.
I never realized it until, well, now they're 6 and 8, but still, I never knew. It was always work, 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 work. Didn't have to worry about anything or anyone else. And all of a sudden it became,
Yeah,
wow, I'm really not first. I'm third. Like, oh, wow. Yeah. But
no,
yeah.
I know. I know. It's
So,
true. Yeah.
and with your job though, you can, here you are working from home, right? And
Hmm.
you can work with clients all over the world.
Yes. Yes.
Get
Which
the
is
kids on the
pretty
bus when
yeah.
needed and off. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well,
Well, they're older, but
they're older, so they're like driving now.
how
But
many
yeah,
years have you been doing this for, by the way?
almost two.
Awesome. And
Almost two, but I really started going full time with this about probably 6 months ago.
got it. All right. And
Hmm.
you also mentioned that your son had some health issues as well.
Yes, he did. My older son had, this is what really opened up my eyes to holistic alternative, health practices. Uh, First it was in second grade, he had back pain. And I took him to all the doctors, all the specialists, and they said nothing's wrong with him. It's in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I took him to this acupuncturist that a friend of mine uses. He took one look at the back of his ears and said, "Oh, yeah, he hurts. He's in a lot of pain." I watched him put seeds, not even needles, but
Ah,
little seeds on pressure points on his ear. And they just stayed there and he rubbed them. And I watched him relax and I watched the pain go away. And so in that moment, I was like, okay, like there's something to this. And then later, he missed almost his entire middle school years because he went from being football, rugby, and wrestler um, to being in a wheelchair. And it was not sports related. Um, and turned out he got PUTS, which some people might be more familiar with now because unfortunately it's becoming more common after COVID.
mm-hmm.
But it's an autonomic dysfunction condition where, for him, he was nauseous all the time and he would stand up and faint. He
Yeah.
couldn't walk anywhere. So again, I was taking him to doctors and they were telling me he was depressed. And I was like, well, of course he is,
Yeah.
you know?
Aw.
But again, it was kind of retraining the brain in a different way that ultimately helped him. And he ended up playing tennis all 4 years and at high school and varsity the last two. So we definitely turned that around.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Really.
Yeah,
And
thank
Kristen, let's
you.
just remind our listeners, best form and all forms of contact for you, please.
So my phone number, if anybody wants to reach out, is 609-933-2314. You could call or text. If you would like a free sample, there is a website for that. You would just go to popadropsample.com and fill in your information, and I will get samples out to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then my website, www.popadropwithkristen, that's KRISTEN.com. And if you go there, that actually has my phone number, my email, and my Facebook page as well.
Perfect.
So,
Good to know. Thank you so much. Also, just reading your notes here, would love to, just talk more in regards to, how people can get started in this as well. And by the way, it's papadropwithkristen.com. And again, I said, what did I say before? APLGO. What is it
yeah,
again? Sorry.
yeah, it's APL Go.
APL Go. Got
Yes,
it, got it,
yes,
got it. I'm getting it.
yes.
No.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag APL Go if you're on social media. And
Mhm.
it's funny because I was reading before words I don't know or understand. Can I let me just look down? It was on the first page. It was accumulate essay.
Essay.
That's the
Uh-huh.
power accumulation technology. Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, where are the products made? Just curious.
So they are manufactured in Moldova
Okay.
right now. And I believe they're opening up another manufacturing plant, but I don't know exactly where right now.
God, and
Uh,
you're also recruiting people to work as well, right? Because this could be
oh,
a
you
great opportunity for so many people to do the same. And I was reading
definitely.
there's some big like a cruise coming up that you can qualify for. What is that?
Oh, did you see that on the
Yeah,
site? Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, I did. I
I
did.
I'm so close. So
Tell me.
uh so I don't know if I can say so the place is TBD.
Okay.
I don't
Well, it's
know if I
on the
can say
website.
exact.
So I saw it before about a
Does it
cruise.
say a location?
Hold on. Give
So
me a second. I'm going
I
back.
don't think it says a location. So, but
Hold
yes,
on. Hold on.
every
Don't say anything. I don't say anything.
okay,
But hold
okay,
on. Okay, no, but it's November to March, so we're almost in the March, and it doesn't say, but
okay.
just doesn't say. But okay, It doesn't say. You don't have to say, but so
Okay.
explain to
So yes, so every year there is an amazing cruise that you have to qualify for. And yes, this one I am very excited for, and I'm so close.
Mhm.
And if anybody was interested in doing this with me and helping others while getting yourself healthy and making some good money, then this is a really good month to join,
Yeah.
because we have some new ways to qualify for that cruise.
Ooh, awesome,
So
awesome.
yes. And you can only qualify through March. So the sooner the better to get on the cruise. If not, there's always next year. But yeah, that's definitely something to shoot for.
Awesome. All right. All right.
Mhm.
Also, I was reading, I went on the social media before as well. You guys are on Instagram, Facebook as well.
Mhm.
And there's something about a coffee. Are they doing a
Oh my
coffee
gosh,
now?
that's brand new.
What
Yes.
do you know anything
Yes.
about it? Or am I just,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh. I kind of, yeah, it is so brand new, like literally last week.
all-time Americano.
Yes, yes. It's pure coffee beans. I am not a huge coffee drinker. I will try it, but I've ordered some, and I have a bunch of people who are friends, who are coffee drinkers, who are going to test it for me and tell me how it is.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I've been told it's just phenomenal by people who have tasted it already. So yeah, if anybody out there wants a sample of the coffee, let me know. I need feedback.
Awesome. Good, good. I'll try it. I'm offering
Okay.
myself up here. Look, okay, so I got water here, not feeling good. I have a little scratch today, but I got coffee in this mug today. It's
Okay.
what is it? Is it Starbucks? It is a Starbucks dark roast,
Okay.
iced
Okay.
coffee. But I love coffee, and it doesn't have to be
Okay.
Starbucks, so I'll give it a whirl. Is there anything
Awesome.
special about the coffee? Does it also have like nutrients or it's like health benefits for it? Like I don't know. I'm just curious. I love coffee no matter what's in it.
Yeah, no, I think it's just how I don't know all of the details about it yet.
Hmm.
I just know it's just pure. I believe they get the coffee beans from Italy. And yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about it. Just that there are these coffee beans that I don't know.
All right, all right, all
I
right.
honestly, I am not an expert on the coffee yet. Um, but I'm looking forward to seeing what people think.
Okay, great. And we still got 3 minutes left in the show before we have to go. So, Kristen
Okay.
Keller, let's just remind everyone how you could be of service. And by the way, what is the affordability of this product? Is it a one-time purchase? Do you buy it for the month, for the week,
Mhm.
is there any promotions that we maybe should know about?
Yeah, there were promotions come out quite a bit. There are definitely more promotions for people who join the team. You get access to more promotions. But um, sorry, I kind of forgot what I was saying.
That's okay. Any
So
promotions?
the
Any?
affordability. So we have our daily drops, our premier drops, and our elite drops. And the dailies are and nobody who's a customer with me, or if you're an associate, you only pay wholesale.
Yeah.
So you only pay wholesale. So the dailies are 25, the premier are 60, and the elites are 80. And that is for a box of 30. So it's about a month's worth.
Okay.
Now, what's nice is if you are an associate, there is a way to get 30% below wholesale
Mm,
price. So that can certainly help a lot. Um, but yeah, you don't have to do an auto ship. I recommend that people give them a try for at least 3 months, because we're all different and we all react in different time frames. But again, I like to personalize it to each customer and really work with them, because my
okay.
goal in the end is to help people get healthier.
Absolutely. All right. And let's remind everyone how we can reach out to you directly, Miss Kristen, please.
Sure, sure. If you go to www.popadropwithkristen.com, and up at the top left, you'll see some little icons for email, phone, and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all great ways to reach out to me.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us, and
Well,
good
thank you.
luck with getting there to the cruise. And if someone wants to reach out to you as well for, starting to start working for the company itself,
Right.
same contact there. Go to the website.
Same contact. Yep.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining
All
us.
right.
And
Thank
by the way, what's the
you.
temperature there right now?
Today is supposed to get to 49 and tomorrow
Oh.
it's supposed to be 14. So
Wow, I thought New York was
Yeah.
up and down. We haven't had any
Yeah.
snow yet this season. You've
Oh,
had
you're
snow, I'm
kidding.
assuming?
Oh my gosh.
Lots of it?
We still have snow that needs to melt off
Oh
of
my
our
gosh.
front yard.
We are waiting. We haven't had any snow in New York, not a trace. Maybe just a trace, but
Really?
nothing. Yeah, so kids are upset they're waiting, but
They
all
should come
right.
out here.
All right. Well, I hear it's beautiful, never been. Well, you have a
Yeah.
fantastic day, and looking forward to
All
the
right,
next
you
time we
too.
connect. Thank you again.
All
And
right,
looking
thank
forward to
you.
trying the coffee as well as the drops. Thank you. Have a great day.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.